Waiting to go live. Waiting to go live. You must now go live. All right, we're here. Screwing around, doing nothing of import. Finished my campsite. And now he has things we need to do. Just figured I'd come back and we could talk about things. All right, what is this? Return to sender. To woman. I rarely take my monies. Okay, so here we are. We are inside. I need to lower that now that I see it is a problem. I think that's a lot more reasonable. I want to publish this, so I figure I'll show y'all a whole bunch of stuff today. Like I think EHT stuff might be on the menu. We can talk about news, we can shop. There's some contests that resolved today. Basically, I'm just feeling like talking to you guys. Things are shitty in my life. I'm on a lot of pain pills, and you know, I'm getting my best friend is sort of mad at me right now, so I'm just sort of doing what I can. And my jaw's a mess. So for now, what I'm gonna do is let people know that I'm streaming, and then we'll get going on things. And I know a lot of people watch this later, so there's really no issues. Streaming, streaming. All the time I'm streaming. Okay, done. Okay. Sorry I'm not dressy today. Didn't think you guys would care. So this is my finished camp for Housing's Finest Builders contest. It's very, 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 very simple compared to other things I've taken on. But what we're going to do is, first of all, I got to change this permissions to visitor, I think would be fine. Excuse me. Got some dust in my nozzle. Yeah, visitor would be fine. And then what I'm going to do is publish it. So if you have Essential Housing Tools downloaded, and then you automatically have the community downloaded. So what you would do is you would go into the folder that contains the Essential Housing Tools, and you'd run on the community at exe. It installs everything, and now you can have access to the thousands of homes that people have entered to this program, which is essentially like, here are all the open houses that people want you to visit, thousands of them. It gives you a lot to do in your spare time. We're currently in my St. Dillon's, so I'm going to share my effects so that the whole community can see them. So do you want to publish this home's effects to the community? Yes. Would you like to register your Vivek City Inn as a open house for a community? Confirm. Your home will be registered, and then reload now to publish your changes immediately? No. This means it will happen. I just kind of don't want to do it this very moment. So the other thing I need to do is I wanted to add a name. So we're going to do home customization. That was a mistake. I don't know why that's so sensitive these days. So what we do is we add custom home title. And the custom home title we want is Pine Forest Campsite. Set. That's now the name of my house. And so people will see, if they have EHT. If they don't, they won't see this. But if they have EHT, they will see the name of my house. The other thing is they won't see this, and they won't see the fireflies if they don't have EHT. But I feel like it stands on its own without EHT, but with, I think it adds a little something, like you can't see the doorway, and I should probably fiddle with those colors. They're a little too bright, but whatever. Nobody's really going to be looking in that direction anyway. All right, so let's get to doing some things. What else did I enter? Villa. Okay, I added my Grand Sigic Villa for DDA. So somehow I have to think of a birthday. I don't know how I feel about that. I just don't really know what to do. All right, so I'm going to grab some, see if Twin Arches has anything for presents for people. I was doing some work for my real job, and now I'm not. I probably should, but naughty, 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 naughty me. The world is blowing up. The world is blowing up. Okay. What do I want to send people? Oh God, I'd send them a Jester's coffer, but that's just mean. I could send them a throne. Oh, good Lord, I could send people thrones. It's almost mean too, but some people don't have them. All right, so what we're gonna do is the 2 people who followed me, we're gonna send one to Jeweled Leah. I have a feeling that isn't gonna work. Oh, it did. Look at that. And the other one is Steel City Drifter. Thank you. Thanks for the follow. Okay. Ooh, did you get mad at them then? I could see getting mad at them for sending you that. Open houses. I'm going to poke my nose in an open house. If there's a small one. Making silly faces over here. Actually, what I'm going to do is crafting. Crafter's Corner. Let's see one that we haven't looked at in forever. Let's go to Laura 5-0. I might do this when I need to craft, is take a look at houses I've already looked at, but that are crafting corners, because some people just flat out label their houses crafting. It's a good way to let people know they can use your home. Pain. That's sweet of them. I never use them, you know? I don't make dark houses. Like, literally, I don't make dark kind of theme houses. I stick to happier houses. Fairly sure that my friend Griff is no longer speaking to me. At least today. He's an angry bear. Grah. Erg. Arg. Grah. That's me being silly. Yeah, I'm not a fan of dark stuff. It just doesn't work for me. So, oh, pretty! I forgot how nice. Laura 5 stuff is really nice. I forgot how nice she is at this stuff. Okay, so I gotta make some food. So, everybody tolerate. I have to make some dubious. There we go. Yeah, and you know, even for cobbles, it does have a distinctive look, so it's kind of hard to miss that that's exactly what you're dealing with. Um, it's kind of like you can always tell it's the Daedric chairs. And for me, that's almost like I'm not really good at cobbles, so hiding that fact is difficult. I'm not really capable of it. But since we're getting drops tonight, I figured I'd hang out. We can do our thing. Okay, yeah, they did get everything in here. Good for them. I should be shopping, but I haven't been. I'm probably going to do some surveys later. I don't recall that fireplace having coals in there. That looks good. Yes, reload your page. It should work. It always does that the first time for me. It says I don't enable them, but when you refresh it, it comes back. Yep, they're on. They are lying to you. Those lying liars who lie. Big jerks. I'm only good at being bad. Bad. Because I'm the bad guy. Two of the exact same thing. And neither one of them do I need. Yet they're both being saved. I'm not the brightest bulb. Just going through my inventory. In case you're curious about it, this add-on that I'm using for the deconstruction, the stuff that I'm setting over here, this is advanced filters. And what this does is, like for example, I can now sort by medium and just look at headpieces. So it lets you get really specific at what you want to look at. And since I'm holding on to gear for other characters, I want to go through and make sure that I'm not holding extra stuff that I could otherwise get rid of. So then that's every so often I'll do this. I'll just throw everything in the bank, and then I'll go through this occasionally. It's inventory management, you know. We all do it, and then you can switch to light, and there you go. It's really useful add-on for those of you who don't have it. And if you don't have any add-ons, you should go get them. Go to Minion. Get ESOUI and download Minion. I mean, that is if you can. Some people are on console and can't use any add-ons. I love it. I love it. It's a great add-on. Excellent quality of life type add-on. All right. We have some houses to look at, but I'll make the announcements for DDA. DDA announced the winners today of, hold on, oh good lord, that's taking forever to load. Alinor Rigby. All right, where's the events and challenges? Here we go. So the winners are, apparently everybody got multiple votes, which is nice. We have, for small, we have 4th place was Findar, who doesn't want me reviewing it on stream, so I won't go into any more detail than that, except to say that he came in 4th place. There were a lot more than 4 entries, so understand that that's not anything to sneeze at. Then there was Swan Song, who came in 3rd, and if I remember correctly, he did Joy to the World. He did. Okay, I was right. He came in 3rd. Then 2nd was Galileo, who did the Strawberry Fields, if I remember correctly. And the first was Rochambeau, which was, if I'm right, it's California. Hotel California. No, Rochambeau was The Boys Are Back in Town. My bad. All right. Then we have for the open, which means the size isn't limited. Third place was me for my Les Mis build. Second was Twigtastic. Twigtastic. What song did they have? Burning Down the House by Talking Heads. That's cute. And the number one big house was Calarax. And that was Hotel California. So Calarax did come in first for Hotel California, which honestly he deserved to. It was a really phenomenal house, really funny, well thought out, excellent job. I'm super excited for them. Now, this will tell you something about being hard on yourself about winning. I've been in that guild probably about a year, maybe. That's the first one I've ever even ranked on. Like, I've never even come in third before. So that was the first one I ever ranked on. So don't get discouraged and give up housing just because you don't win. It isn't really about that. And in addition to that problem, I think especially in that guild, there's a lot of people who don't use EHT. So some of my most impressive homes, you can't actually see any effects. So if you don't have them on, so there's that. Come now, go a little faster. All right, just for those of you watching along at home, I'm using several different add-ons here for shopping. The first one, of course, is Awesome Guild Store, which don't go shopping without it, frankly. Dubious Longfin. Wow, do I have multiple things in there? Second thing I'm using, the thing that's marking those items as red, was Master Merchant. So we have Master Merchant telling me that things are overpriced and I need to drop my price, which is fine. Jaw is killing me. I'm holding my jaw here because it hurts so bad. Also, Master Merchant lets you select a price based on the last purchase prices within your own guild. I can go into larger detail about that, but I don't think it's worth it for anyone. At least not on this stream today. The next thing is I use TTC. So if you see TTC suggested, that's from everybody who has the program and uploads it to the site. That's their, what's the word I'm looking for? Not conglomerated, but like condensed, not condensed either. Maybe compiled. That's all their compiled information. So you get a little bit of all the good stuff with that. Can't think of words. Words are hard. A lot of people ask me about what I'm using for my UI. I use Oblivion style UI, so everything looks kind of funky because of that. So if you're seeing things and wanted to know what that was, that's what it was. Another thing I do is I use, while using regular straight up EHT, Cardi has included he has a previewer. Now the original item preview no longer works because it's not supported by the game's API. So here, Cardi has, to fill that void, added an item preview here. So you've got that, plus he adds measurement. Now I don't know how helpful the measurement is because it used to have a little tithys next to it, but it doesn't have that anymore. So I feel like it's not really as helpful because it doesn't have the comparison. But, you know, here's the general idea of how big things are if you want to hit measure. But anyway, my point is you could, it doesn't work for gear. It only works for items. And as far as I can tell, it only works in listing. I mean, in searching for things to buy. But it's better than nothing, as I like to say. So there you go. If you've been missing item preview, then here's a way for you to get something of a replacement. I know a lot of people were upset when that add-on no longer worked, but as usual, it's too hard on Zasa servers, so they can't handle it, and then therefore it must be killed. Da 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 da, the usual story. Okay. The other advice I would give you right about now is it's March. Start dumping. Start dumping your motifs that you've been holding on to for selling. April means we're going to have the anniversary event. And that means that now is probably the highest price you're ever going to see in the year. So do it. Get rid of them. Dump them. And once you do that, you can you'll have some money going into it, because in case you don't know, the anniversary event is motif apocalypse. Basically, so many drop during that time period that the prices and values just go poof through the floor into the basement and below the basement. So anything you have now will lose a ton of its value. So get rid of them. Sell them off. Trust me. Be forewarned. Be forewarned. Okay. I'm just looking at some things. Remember when it does happen, I wouldn't buy any, first of all, okay, let me back up. First of all, I would not buy any motifs to flip. Oh, it's going to be tough. Also because materials also lose some value. It's kind of a rough time for all of the different fields, because you lose motifs, and mats drop too. So a lot of value of mats go down. So everybody moves into all of the other markets. It's kind of like, well, then what am I supposed to do kind of thing. It really is a bad time for sellers in that regard. Yeah, we're talking about jubblies, the jubbly boxes. I'm telling people dump your motifs now. The only ones I would hold on to are the ones that you don't know and you're willing to eat. Otherwise, I would say dump them. Get rid of them. Don't go cut rate yet. You still got a month ahead, so don't lose money on them. But get rid of them. Now is your time. And just remember that mats, I mean, herbs will always keep some value, but it's going to be rough to... It's always a little rough, I'll be honest with you, around that time for me even. And I'm usually pretty good about flipping. But, you know, it's people love it. Now, I'll tell you, guilds make a killing because everybody starts selling. Even people who don't normally sell. Because now they have an inventory that they didn't even have to go out and do anything about. They have this huge inventory all of a sudden, and so they start listing things. Guilds do tremendously well. They can double how... Oh, I'm getting this. I need these for an Easter egg build. Oh my gosh, that is really affordable for that. Excuse me while I buy all the things. No. I didn't mean to do MMSing. No! Gosh, I have the dumb. All right. So I don't remember what else drops in the Jubbly boxes. I think lights? Or is that Christmas? I can't remember what else drops in them. But, and for that matter, I can't remember what Jester's drops. I gotta pull it open and see, check everything and see. But there's always, you know, you should always be a little bit careful about upcoming events. And yeah, I think you're right. That just struck me as Jester's Festival ESO 2020. Okay, let's see. Let's talk about Jester's. Jester's will drop probably the Cadwell's, yeah, okay. Drops the Cadwell's arms pages. May I recommend that if you have any of them that you wanted to sell them now. Here's the reason I'm saying that. I know it sounds strange, but if you were holding on to them and you forgot to list them for sale, people are actually impatient. And there are some people who are playing for the first time this year who have never before had an opportunity to get the Cadwell stuff. Cadwell's a very popular character. And I think that, excuse me while I log my alt account in. All right. I'm going to grab, if I can, I'm going to grab some stuff off of my alt account. So if you drop them, if you sell them now, well, you have two alternatives. One, you sell them now and you possibly lose some money on it. Two, you sell them 7 months from now. But I honestly think that you could probably make some decent money right about now selling them because people are being impatient. It's like how the first day is always a really good day because for at least the first couple of morning hours for things that start dropping, because all the impatient people who don't want to farm for it will buy them instantly. They'll pay millions more than what it'll be worth at the end of the event. They're just impatient. So take advantage of the generally PvPers who are the ones who do that. So sell them if you want. There's also going to be 2 new mementos. The Festive Noisemaker or Jester's Festival Joke Popper. Now, personally, I think mementos are a waste of time and money, but some people like them. You know? So if you like them, you like them. Who am I to judge? But I'm assuming that the parts will be worth what they're worth. People will probably not buy any pieces of those, so I'd just eat them. You never know. They might buy the full boxes, though. That's always a possibility that people might want the boxes in the first few days. I think people are going to lose their interest, as they always do. All right. Tradable rune boxes come back. Jester's Scintillator and Cherry Blossom boxes. Give me a break. No, thank you. So you're going to be destroying items for that by the end of the time because even guilds don't want them. Guilds are like, please don't put any more crappy rune boxes in our guild. We really can't keep up with cleaning out the guild inventory. So it's funny. Even guild banks are like, stop, no more. I realize I'm lagging. I apologize. It's my fault because I'm loading up a second version of the game. If it loads, I'll be able to send myself some of my my alt account stuff I have that I'm holding on to on my mule. I don't know if I have Cadwells on my mule. I may not. Okay. Next. Next thing. Next. Jokey Steelies. Valuable but silly items you can sell to vendors for gold. AKA trash. Literal trash. But that with value. So you can get All right, so for the first day, you'll get the first time you complete one of those Jester's quests, you get the stupendous box and your tickets. You also get some achievements that are new. You can get the Empire and Tin Soldier titles. And for dessert domination, you can receive the Obnoxious Mute Face Paint Collection. So these are all pie things, like Cyrodiil, 10 people in Cyrodiil, 10 guards, you know, different things like that. So that should be fun. And then there is going to be another berry. For the Dawnwood Berries of Ripeness. This is the final berry you need to evolve your nascent Indrik into a Dawnwood Indrik. I thought that was the sparkly one. Okay, whatever. You can also, if you have more than enough tickets, you can also get a pet Indrik. What did they talk about the first pet Indrik in game? They must be. Am I crazy? Did I miss the spectral berries? Or do they not have the spectral berries out? I'm like losing my damn mind. Alright. So let me get out any of my Cadwell stuff. Yeah, we don't have the last berry, but they're saying Dawnwood. I'm serious. Like, it looks wrong to me. There's something seriously kind of wrong with this. Here. They're talking about the berry. Derp, that's last year's. Just shoot me. I specifically looked for 2020. I guess they don't have the information up yet for Jesters. I don't see it. Here we go. Yeah, you're right. It should be the last berry we need this year. For that spectral one. Okay, so I would send myself any of Cadwell's stuff that I might still have. I don't think I have any Cadwell stuff. It looks like I have only... Yeah. Alright. Well, good then. Forgive me for the momentary not doing anything. I'm actually playing 2 games at once, which I have learned is okay, so long as you're not, like, cheating. Gina and somebody else went into all the details about how to do it without being cheatery. So, don't be feared that I am cheatering, because I'm not. My jaw is killing me. All right. So let me log out of this character. And then the next thing I have to do is over here. Okay. Yeah, like grouping with yourself to help yourself out or to bot or whatever. Specifically, people were asking whether or not it was okay for them to do what I just did, which is I have one character sitting in the bank. I log in, I deal with banking, and then I log out. While this character's out doing surveys or whatever. They're not interacting in any way. And yeah, they really did go out of. I was actually surprised that they've been. I don't know if it's bending the rules, but they broadened or made the rule less broad, so that people like me who just do it to do banking are fine. It's kind of surprising to me that they did that. I expected them to just be hard asses about the rule, but they weren't. So that's good, because it made my life easier. I was avoiding double boxing for a while because I felt bad about it, but it just made everything take 10 times longer. Because I'm trying to, like, you know, list stuff on one character while I'm doing other things. It's just annoying. I'm low on cloth, so I'm just doing a couple of surveys while we're talking. Because why not, right? We also have one more farm to show you. I'll show you Housing's Finest Farm. The one that I wasn't able to get into. So Rafi actually fixed the permission, or had the player fix their permissions. So we should be able to go see the last farm. I'm probably going to lag a little again. I apologize. I'm trying to get that character on that has all my stuff so I can list items. Ugh, I'm so stupid sometimes. Okay. Plus, I think it's definitely worth it to have a mule account, especially if you don't have ESO Plus. Because space to hold things is such a nightmare. Ever since they started making style pages that can't be kept in the bank, I have thought that it was worthwhile to have a mule character, or at least a mule account, because I felt like, well, at least I can stick them on a character I'm never going to play, and they can just hold them. But it's very annoying otherwise. Okay. Yaw. Pain. I'm hoping that ESO Housing Network decides to hold another contest. I did tell them that I was willing to fund prizes, but it don't think that they're actually doing it right now. I get this sense that I don't know. I get the sense that they're low on funds and energy. Like maybe their finances aren't as high as they had hoped or whatever. And I think they only have 2 people in charge, and it's probably a lot for them to deal with. So I don't feel, I kind of feel sorry for them in a way. Okay. Well, more than in a way. I feel sorry for the people in charge, because it's a lot. It's a lot to run a guild, no matter what. Man, I sell out at the auction house whenever I put out any deconnable things, any like intricates or glyphs or anything you can decon, they sell like hotcakes. So I would suggest that you know, if you want to sell intricates or things like that, the auction house which is in Stonefalls, is a great place to list them if you need some monies. And who doesn't need some monies, right? We can all use a little bit of money. Wow, I actually stole stuff at Divine Design Alliance. It's been a long time since I've actually sold anything. I just have trouble selling there. For whatever reason, I feel like they're getting less traffic. Whereas everything I sell out, I sell out like crazy. In the one, I'm having trouble with Divine Design. For months now, it's been really difficult to sell anything through them. I feel kind of bad about that. All right, I'm almost done. I just got to donate some stuff. Yes, I sell on 2 different characters. Whoa. And everything starts coming through. Okay, done. Any lag should clear up now. Rothgar is so pretty. It really is. Oh, Carpe, Heartstopper rather. I mean, it was a genuine review. It was an amazing house. You are quite the talented builder, and you clearly learned how to use EHT very quickly. And that's impressive as hell, because some people are so intimidated by it, and you've just done wonders with it right off the bat. And it's truly an awesome house. Both of them were. Actually, yes, I would. Except, wait, for the stairs too? I mean, everything but the stairs I would be surprised about. That's crazy. And I give you credit then. I do believe you, of course. I wouldn't call... That's dedication. I give you credit. That is some serious dedication. Very impressive. That's crazy. Good for you, though. Let me put on a light. I should probably look where I'm going, shouldn't I? Ah, hell with it. Okay. It's hard to see. Even with my light, I wish they'd make this a little brighter, this torch. I mean, I paid real money. This is the treasure hunter personality, in case you're curious. That's great. No, you definitely are mad talented. There's no question there. I built without EHT, obviously, for at least a year before he released it, and that I had heard about it. So my first houses are all done by hand, but starting with, I think my Pariah's Pinnacle, which is the castle, floating castle, that's when I started working with EHT as a builder. Oh, I don't blame you. I wouldn't have done it. I would have gotten to the point where it was like, no. Nope, gotta use EHT, don't have the patience for this shit. The most I ever did was like a stairway up without it. And it looks like crap. It looks like I did it by hand. I mean, it looks like crap. But everything else, I mean, I can't go back in time now. Now I know how to do it. My slide wouldn't have worked without EHT because the slide had to have every single bit of it perfectly angled in order to work. Yeah. I'm gonna get eated. Normally I'm looking at housing my entire stream, but I'm just feeling like Scriana talking because I'm in a lot of pain and gets my mind off of things. But I did finish a house today earlier. I did my camp. So there is something out there that I've done. Now I'm just screwing around. Not really doing anything interesting. The next house I have to do, I've already done my house, but I have to somehow think of how to reflect the number 3 in it somehow, because one of my guilds is turning 3. And I'm not really sure how to include it. Oh, yeah. No. It's very rare that I stream this late. I just, for whatever reason, I just felt like, hey, I don't even have my makeup on, like, other than some lipstick. I was just like, I'll wear a sweatshirt. No one cares. No one's looking. Late night stabity. That's right. The ominous voice from the other room. Stabity after dark. Yeah, the night potato. Da-da! My earlier stream was a lot more useful than this one. This was just me screwed around. Letting you guys get drops. Somebody in channel was asking about, not my channel, in J-Heart's channel, was asking about doing text with EHT, which is really easy, and I can show you folks later, and maybe they'll take a look at the video and get a good sense of it. But really, I mean, it's just go into the effects and select text. You know what I mean? Like, there you go. I think that the real trick to it is just getting over fear of opening the program. I think some people start and look at all of the settings, and the settings are really overwhelming. So I always tell people, don't look at the settings at first. Just do some effects first to get a sense of how it works. And hell, even I only use a couple of the different settings. If I become more of an expert, no, exactly. The effects are super easy, comparatively. Just super easy. Using them well takes talent. When you said you had an effect that no one noticed, did you mean colored rooms? Maria's colored rooms effect? Because I did notice it. I just didn't call it out. Because you had said that I wasn't... I was curious which effect you used in that house. The lighting issue someone picked up on. I thought it was colored rooms. Maybe I'm on crack. Wouldn't be the first time. What are we doing? What am I doing? Yeah, so I'm trying to think of how to make a bonsai garden reflect the number 3. Don't know that it's possible. Maybe I can... your house, the second one that I looked at, the Hall of the Lunar Champion. Remember you were saying there was a lighting effect in that front room and somebody picked up on it and I thought it was just the flicker. Were you talking about the colored rooms effect? Like Maria's colored rooms effect? Curious to know. I didn't realize that Meridia's colored rooms changes color. I thought it just... Yeah, okay. I was just curious which one you used. Oh, okay. Oh! Interesting. Okay. Clever. That's a clever idea. My jaw is killing me. Okay. Very smart. See, this is what I'm talking about with effects. A lot of times you just have to play with them and see what you can come up with. And you can come up with some really creative stuff. There's a whole lot of fun ones. I really like to use Aether, like the different kinds of Aether gas, animated gas. I feel like it's, you can use it for so many things, including, I prefer to use it for water than the actual water effect, you know? I just think it's better. So, hey, Hammy! Thank you for the bit. Bits? You gave me more than one bit. We were just talking about stuff, and I'm just screwing around. Yeah, exactly. You think I'm better? I don't know. My jaw hurts. Better than what? My jaw is hurting. Hammy, if you don't follow him, let me stop here and not get killed. You should. He is actually really a lot of fun. He plays good music. He has a regular crew that are all fun also. And he's funny. And he's a great guy. Anything good in here? No. As I run to my death. So definitely check out Hammy. Okay, I'll slander you some more. He is often fishing, but he's actually really good at building and doesn't admit it. But he's actually good at house design. But hides it from his followers. No, you won't ever see it. No, that's not true. He actually does do it on stream. I've had better days. I mean, you know, at least I'm an introvert, so this whole lockdown thing is actually kind of a good thing. I mean, people like you and I are probably pretty much set for being stuck at, you know, shut-ins. We're like, I have to stay home and not go out and basically play video games? I could do that. Shut up! It's the Nerdopolis. This is like the perfect apocalypse for us. Yeah. Yeah, I self-quarantine all the time. I forget which I was. I don't think I'm int J. I think I'm int F or int. I forget what the last letter is. It's the letter that, one of those. It goes back and forth depending on which time I take the test. But I think I'm always int. It's just the last letter that varies for me. I'm sorry. I can't ever be tired of video games. How is that possible? Well, I mean, if you're playing solitaire, I get tired of solitaire before I even play it. I just think about it and then no, bored. You can always just change to look. Well, Spider Solitaire isn't as boring. Do they still have that? I haven't played those games in forever. I don't even know if they still have that.
You have to pay for them now.
You have to pay for them now?
Yep.
Wow.
Microsoft Store.
Man, all those kids in college who all they did was play solitaire with the prof when the prof was talking. Not college. In college we didn't have that yet. It was law school. In college we actually had to do things like doodling. I mean, come on. I actually stayed away from using a laptop for my first 2 years of law school because I felt like it would be too much of a distraction. The third year, I was so over it that I was like, I'm just bringing my laptop. I don't care anymore. I'm over it. That's nice. But, you know, I'd be in a law class where they're teaching things that aren't exactly simple. And people were, you know, playing solitaire through the whole thing. And I'm like, and you would play, I mean, I get it and I don't because I can listen and do something at the same time. But it just seems to me like it was too much of a risk to take. Like, personally, I would have not taken that chance. And I generally didn't. Like I said, third year was a different story. What's crazy to me is two of my professors have since died. And they weren't very old. One of them was in his 50s. He died of cancer. That was hard. He actually gave me a research assistant job for him. So he helped let me help on one of his books. He was a good guy. The other one was my Trust and Wills professor, which not only did I not like him, he wasn't a very good teacher. I didn't like him on a personal level, but I also didn't like him as a teacher. But what he did was when he died, he apparently was this avid collector of medieval writs and stuff, things that vellum, things people put on vellum, which is like, you know, in some cases it's made from animal skin instead of paper. And so he bought them on eBay. He'd buy real things on vellum from medieval times, and he had this huge collection of them, and it was supposedly worth a lot. When he died, he actually donated all of them to my law school, which I thought was actually, it was like it's a two-handed thing. Like, on the one hand, I thought, well, that's really awesome of you because, you know, some of these are legal documents, so that's something that the law school can benefit from. But on the other hand, I was like, you're kind of an ass, though, because some of those things could be sold and given to your family. So, I mean, maybe his family was already super wealthy, but he was a law school professor. He wasn't rolling in the money. So, I don't know. I kind of wondered about that. But I don't know his personal situation, so I shouldn't judge. But I'm going to anyway, because I always judge. There's just something weird about that to me. But I did think it was nice of him. Like, oh, you didn't have to do that. That's pretty nice. I don't collect anything like that. I would love to collect things, but I don't like spending the money on it. Maybe I'm cheap.
Yep.
Shut up! No one asked you. I like, my husband honestly just called me cheap.
Yep.
Maybe he was an ass. Definitely. Weird, isn't it? He's just an unpleasant person, really.
Don't be talking about your professor, not me.
Yes, but you're still an ass. You can be an ass too, right now. I know he had family. I think he was just not a nice person. So maybe he was estranged from them? I don't know. I can't remember a lot about it. What do I know? Not much. Not much. Actually, what am I doing? I'll just go to a portal. He was a terrible professor. I think the thing that I didn't like about him was he was very often he was just reading from the book. Hey, Steele. And that bugged me. Like, don't just read from the book. It's annoying. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm just being too hard on him, but I felt like it. Oh, thank you for the host. Much appreciated. It didn't do its doodly thing. Where's the doodly thing? Doo-doo-doo. Much appreciated. Usually I have a little thinger that pops up on the screen and tells me, but I might be lagged. Every little host, every big host, much appreciated. I should be talking about the game. I suck, though. Ugh, that's the worst. But see, that's what I'm talking about, too, is the whole, just reading from the book. That's what he did, and it was like, but the difference is, in law school, they don't have, like, a text that explains how things work. What they have is a collection of cases. So it's not like you can just read the book and teach yourself the course. You have to know what those cases stand for, how they affected the law, and what to do from them. A lot of them established standards of, like, you know, here's the test for pornography or whatever. Here are the 3 things that you have to figure out for pornography. Great, so you teach yourself what that case stands for, but maybe there's another case that changes it after that, and you didn't know. You know, it's like too much having to figure things out on your own. Granted, some of that is always a good thing, but I think in general, it was not a good thing. It was hard to learn with, but so it's not terribly shocking that trust and wills kind of scare the crap out of me. So I'm like, I stay away from them. I've done 10 years of family law. I've done a bunch of civil litigation, you know, all sorts of stuff, but I won't touch. And I started to help someone with their trust and will out of them practically begging me to do it. And I eventually gave up on it and said, I can't do this. I just can't. It's not, I don't feel like I'm going to do a good job. And so I eventually they had to go to someone else. And I felt terrible about it. But it was for the best because they really needed something good. And I would not have produced something good. Because I don't know enough. I had a crappy professor. So I feel like I did right by them just for the fact that I know that whatever they would have ended up with wouldn't have been very good with me. Now, if they're getting a divorce, that's an entirely different story. I could do divorces in my sleep, or used to. But now, no. I'm not going to touch a trust or a will. So, yeah. Isn't that fascinating? Fascinating, aren't I? I don't know. My favorite part of it was, like, there's an intersection between trusts and wills and property. And there's this one case in property law, which talks about inheritance. And the judge in the case itself wrote, I'm not going to hold this attorney responsible for screwing this up because no one understands this, how to do this. What was it again? It was like the rule of perpetuities or something like that. It was just like, no one does this right, so the attorney didn't do malpractice by screwing it up because no one does it right. It's like, seriously? Okay. That's a judge to have, right? All right, all done on that. So let's head on over to Mirando. We've got let's do Nomax 67's Love Palace for Hundings. Ow. And then at some point, I'm going to show you how to do text. And my jaw hurts. Don't forget, the anniversary, I'm pretty sure we're going to get all of our cakes when the anniversary event hits. The furnishing cakes. So I think we should keep that in mind. It should be fun. The cake this year, for those of you who don't know, I think this might be a storage house. The cake this year, for those of you who, oh, look at how huge that thing is. I have rheumatoid arthritis, and it's attacking my jaw right now. I'm immunosuppressed because of my medication, so that's why. Oh, there aren't. That's the thing. They're going to be. There never were cakes. Never. People have been asking for them for years. Well, those flowers are not in the vendor anymore. Steel. You'll have to get them off of Traders. But there's a luxury vendor. Do you guys know about the luxury vendor? I'll show you the luxury vendor. You should know how it works. If you don't, I can teach you, and it's something you should know about if you're both new to building. This week, you are. Oh, yes, definitely. Oh, look, they built an entire extra deck. This is neat. They used a sky overlay. So this is EHT. So this is not the normal sky here, of course. But they've used EHT to create a beautiful... Oh, look at that little pool. How cute is that? They used a sky overlay from EHT to create that sky. Yeah, I'm going to do something with the water here. Okay, so you already know about it. Steel, are you familiar with the luxury vendor that comes every week on Friday nights and leaves on Monday mornings? Or actually, he may leave Sunday nights. I forget. That's a great patio, though. What did I miss over here? What is this? I don't know what that is. It's like walking the plank, but I wonder if that's going to be a diving board. Ah, okay. Well, this week, he has a lot of really interesting trees on it. So you can't really see, but this maple tree is one of them. So basically, items appear on the luxury vendor in Cold Harbor across from the bank. He arrives on Friday nights. He leaves on Monday mornings. Once a year, he has each of these items. This last week, he had items that he's never had before. So that was why you'll probably hear from a lot of people freaking out about how excited they were about this week, because for a long ass time we had nothing new, and this is stuff that people have been waiting for because it was data mined. This windmill you can get right now from him. It won't be offered for another year if it's offered again. And this one, unfortunately, is the most expensive item that he's ever had, which is $250,000. So if you want it, go now, buy it for $250,000. You have until Monday morning. Basically, it's a lot of times he'll have like those wedding flowers we passed. Those were on the vendor. They were pretty affordable comparatively. I'll show you. Oh, I can't get up over. I forgot they got rid of clipping on. They added clipping to these. Oh, Hammy got it? Okay. That makes sense. I didn't know Hammy had that kind of money. So these are wedding flowers. They're not this many in a pack. There's like 6 or 7 of them. He just has them all stuck together. And these fences, these rose fences, you generally can't get these except once a year when they're on the trader. However, some people buy extra and sell them at a premium after the trader goes away. So we won't see wedding flowers and whatnot for another year. But you can buy them off of the trader for a little extra. Oh, wow. Neat. So luxury vendor is worth checking out. And right now it has maple trees that are really pretty. Delicia? Yeah, Delicia. She's my bud. She's a good person. All right. So I know I didn't give this much of a look, but we'll look real quick at the luxury vendor. Yeah, I know the housing people. They're my peeps. I stick to housing people, and they stick to me. Here we are. Wrong place. Excuse me. It's true, he gets away a lot. I don't know that he does a ton of trading either. That's the thing. Ah, yes. I'm not at all surprised that Delicia got one. I got 2. I could get more. I don't know if I will. I could probably sell them later, but I don't know. How many windmills do you really need? Okay, so this is the store. This is Cicero's Food and General Goods. This is where he is in Cold Harbor, Hollow City. Now, on the weekend, this is the dude who appears. He's not normally here. He just shows up Fridays and stays till Monday morning. You're going to want to talk to him. And for sale this weekend, he has this tree. $4,000, which is really not bad for a tree, honestly. And the color. We don't have a lot of things other than the dragon ivy that's this color. So this is really nice. This purple maple. And then we have an orange and burnt orange kind of thing. And then here's the windmill. Oh, great. That's awesome. Yeah, I do. Hammy's a friend. Definitely. He's a really good guy. I didn't realize that, Hammy. I didn't think you were... I guess I've never really watched you trading. I'll show you my house real quick, where I put mine. I haven't done anything with the trees yet. I bought a ton of the trees. What? How? I don't know. Whenever I watch you, Hemi, you're either doing dungeons, building, Or fishing. I didn't realize that you were a seller. I guess I just watch you early in the mornings. Maybe you don't do your buying then. You can blow it all on windmills. That's what I did. This is not exactly the best time of day to show you this house, but it'll do. This is my home. Basically, out of all of my houses, this is the only one that I did to create a house. Like a traditional house. Oh, okay. This is just a traditional house that I wanted to create, and it has all my achievement stuff inside. It's like my vanity house. Consider it my home. These are a little bright, so I'll turn them off for now. All my achievement stuff is here. And then stuff I've bought from sets. It's fucking killing me. Thank you for asking, Les Lex. I love you. And I'm dying here. All right, let me see what MM is saying I did this week. I don't feel like I've done that much. So where are my stats? Open stats. Let's look at 7 days. All guilds. So I made 3 million, almost 4 million this week in the last 7 days from all of my guilds. I've done better in the past, so that's not the greatest. So yeah, if you wanted to, you could always put your achievement items in your house. Like it's generally how people start. Is they buy a house, they put their achievement items in it, add some oh, it's killing me. Add some decoration and whatnot. I don't know. Well, this is one account. I also have that other account that sells stuff. So I don't usually sell a ton of stuff, but oh my jaw. So you've got, this would look far better in the daytime, but you've got my peaceful little home here. Now what I wanted to show you, I checked it out today. It was good. I haven't uploaded my stuff yet. I should start, honestly. Let me grab that. Video producer. Upload. That's March 14th. Okay, it's uploading. But yes, I did check out your house. Let me see. Where'd it go? Oh yeah, I remember really liking your erstwhile. I was thinking it was really neat with what you did with the new item, with the greenhouse and whatnot. There's nothing wrong with that. I have a loot house. I can show you what I've done with that if you would like. But this is the interior. I've turned off all of the effects, so this is just how it looks standard without EHT or anything. So it's pretty normal. But see what I'm talking about with all the achievement items? I have all the gallery thingers sitting out, my achievement stuff on the wall. I think it's a good place to start with any build, is have a house for your achievements. I know some people who have like a sewing room because like they like sewing an awful lot, so they'll put like a sewing room in. Something that reflects your personality is really a good thing. I want to say you used other stuff, Leslex, that I wanted to comment on, but my memory is shot. It's definitely I did definitely do something on it though. I remember talking about it, and there were things I liked about it. I just have the memory of a dead sieve. Yes. God, my memory is shot. I'm so sorry. I tried so hard to remember everybody's house, but my memory is shot. So this was my, let me put away my light. I remember thinking you put the ceiling on the greenhouse. So I was thinking that you could always put, if you're going to put a ceiling on a greenhouse, you could always put it under the, or right on the edge of a waterfall so you can see it fall. I thought that was neat. Would be a neat effect if you can afford one. They're quite pricey. So this is my my treasure house. My treasure pile. It's a baby dragon's first hoard, and it's just basically you can get these from if you've leveled up in the thieves den, in the thieves guild, you can buy these piles. See, they're not as, you buy these piles from the vendor in the thieves den if you've got the achievement for it, and then it's really easy to fill up a house like this. And then the rest of these things are just different items that I've gotten. Well, I mean, I've been playing a long time. You said you're fairly new, so, well, you're new to building. Yeah, so you have Baby Dragon's first hoard also, possibly. Okay. So yeah, this is my treasure house. So yeah, that's totally something you could do. I'm trying to think about, I don't know how to make one. I don't know. Let me scroll down here. I was thinking about making a cake, but let's go to Sijic, my Grand Sijic, real quick. This is, I'll be right back. Quick wet break. Okay. Like my PJs? You can get my PJs on. All right. See you later, Leslex. All right. So this is my Nutcracker Suite / bonsai garden. Actually, I should say change the title of it. So let's do that. Title. Housing, custom home title. We're going to change that to Nutcracker Suites with Bonsai Garden. I have 2 builds in this house, so it's kind of important to remember. All right, so this is that Grand Citric house that we all, anybody who was playing during that time got, as long as they did the Pathfinder achievement. I've put up this fence. I left myself a hole, but I put up this fence to separate out the 2 builds. I want this particular build to be closed because it's my Christmas build. So I'll pop in here real quick and show it to you. But this is, they're floating, don't ask. So this is my Nutcracker Suite build. The most recent entry being my chocolate fountain. I added a chocolate fountain in front of some cookies so you could dip the cookies in chocolate, and boom, there you go. Here's a feast. I've got toys under the table, under the tree rather, etc. And then a cornucopia. And then I was with EHT, I was able to animate some stuff, but I'm not going to bother with that right now. So this is this house. Now, the second build in this house is a bonsai garden. And I'm not entirely sure how to make it. I guess I could just make a birthday cake. Stick a birthday cake in it, and suddenly now it's a... Because I have to do a birthday, happy birthday to one of my guilds. It's 3 years old. So, this is my bonsai garden. Off on this part here is probably where I'll put the cake, because this is a nice little spot. It's a tea ceremony, but I can put a cake here. So that's one thing. The alternative is I put it by the pagoda I made, which is right there. I made a pagoda. So I could put it right here behind the fountain. Just have a pagoda, just a cake. I don't know how else to include number 3, like a 3rd birthday. That actually shouldn't probably be on. Wonder why all those went on. All of my light things went on. They're not supposed to. So those are all off. I'm missing one of them. For some reason, one of my bonsais went missing. This one is missing. Maybe I have something I can stick in there. Unlikely. From the looks of it, I don't think I have anything I can just stick in there. No good reason for a Nedic orb to be there. I'm just screwing around. Oh well, I'll figure something out later. But that's my next project, I guess. So to build a cake, we go to my house, one of my houses. for sure there'd be a ton and a half people on tonight. You know, it's 10 o'clock at night. It's 10 o'clock at night. No one can really go out. Everybody is sort of on lockdown. I figured there'd be more people on. It's kind of light tonight. Even the heavy hitters like Madagon only have like 100 people. I wonder why. I wonder what everyone's doing. You know what I mean? Lighting. We put up a on thing. That way I have a little light. Okay, so I need to stick some sort of plant in there, but I need plant and I need a cake. So let me see. They might be. Honest to goodness, they might be. I have a weird idea. That's why I am taking odd things from this house. It's not a great idea, but it's a weird idea. Anybody want 80 bajillion gesture standards? Can't use them for anything. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go to practice building with my grand topal. We're going to make a cake or some cake. Okay, here we are. I need something to help me with light, so we'll just grab a light. So we can build. I just need some bright lights. I use storage houses as staging grounds, essentially. I will often buy things here that help. But then I'll switch over usually and move it to another house. So here we go. First things first, I'm going to put down something to build upon. So in this case, I would use a gallery item like, because I'm not going to be building anything that big, I can use the Vardenfell scale model as a flat surface. So there you go. I have a flat surface now. Here, some more light. Next, I was thinking about a cake. And you're going to think I'm crazy, but I'm thinking about using this as part of the cake, as the base of the cake. This is all rough draft, so please be aware. Those we'll use. That I might use. Let's try different things. So I know that a lot of people have been using, maybe later. Those white alinor vases look really great as cakes. It's unfortunate we have to do so much cobbling to come up with a decent cake, but I will show you some decent cakes. Ack. Let me get the... Who do we have here? We have Spicy Economics. Spicy Economics. I don't know if you know the tie-in, but I'm friends with Jay Hart Ellis from Spicy on PCNA. He's also a streamer, and he's I help them out with their website in that I sort all of their gallery pictures. I take care of all of that. So for cobbles, I do have an area called food. And a couple of years ago, maybe it was only a year ago, he did a contest for cakes. And people made cakes out of different objects. And I think that's not a bad idea. I wonder where my gallery stuff is over in here. I might steal an idea here. Someone had the idea of doing the bottom around with adjusters boxes. I figured I was going to be playing anyway. Might as well play with while I'm online, you know? Okay. So we'll take the adjusters boxes. Ooh, I get to show you guys how to do a... Hi, Mijani. How to do... We're going to do a shape. I'm going to make a shape with EHT. Hold on a second. Hey, Andy.
Yeah.
Do you feel like making murder cookies? Not really. What are you making?
Piles and piles of ham.
Oh,
Most of it's back in there. It was this gigantic ham shank. Had all kinds of meat on it.
is this raw?
No, it's been cooking for like hour and a half in the soup.
Oh, it's
So
delicious.
we take it out, get the fat this is like half of it. So there's going to be a lot of ham there.
Ah,
The
yummy.
reason I'm giving you the stairs is because I've been in the kitchen for a while cooking.
I can quit. I'm just showing people stuff.
No, you don't have to quit. You don't have to murder cookie reactors. You know what I mean?
What do? Steel. So, wow, that's completely uneven. Well, for now, I'll just stick it there. I didn't know the drifters even worked. Let me show you something fun. Oh, okay. So if you have each T installed and you don't feel like putting each item down, here, it's doing it for me. It's stacking them for me out of my inventory. And there you go. Gotcha. The next thing is I'm going to build something with them. I want to build a circle. First, I want to see what kind of circle does it make. I'm trying to decide if I like this view or the side view. I think I prefer this view, the view it picked. I could turn each one so that they're turned inward and get just the purple side showing out, but I actually like the side that's showing out. So generally what I do is I will have to make the circle smaller. Probably a lot smaller, so we'll do 1 meters. There we go. That's a lot smaller. But not small enough. So we'll do 0.8 meters. Need smaller. 0.5. And there we go. That's the circle I wanted. So, one of the things you can do rather than just playing with arrows and pushing things over, you can select move items as group. Then you select one of the items and you put it like here, and boom, all the other items are moved over, so you don't have to mess with it. So this will be a big cake. I may even have to make that even smaller, to be honest with you. I might have to make it 0.4 or something to make it properly around the basket. Oh, it went back over there. It's fine. I like that. That works. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking. All right. I'm happy so far. I know what I can get. If you're wondering why I have to hop to so many houses, it's because I have, I keep multiple houses, storage houses. No. Oh God, no. I don't do pledges or quests. So for me, this is what I do. Um, Kind of embarrassing, but what do you? I have ideas that I try to figure out. Generally, I grab things to see if they'll work. I don't always know that if they are going to work or not. Um, I just sort of wing it. Yeah, that's true. I use something called Magic Sorter. So once I'm done, it will go through and it'll move all of this stuff back to where it belongs. So I don't have to worry about the fact that it's in the wrong house. Like this is all in my undercroft stuff here. But it will move everything properly to where it belongs. I do need one of those. This is a part of EHT that you can add on, which is called Deco Track. It's a separate add-on that you have to add, but then once you do, you can search for your items. For example, Alinor Gaming Table Punctilious Conflict. I have one in Telgalen. Do I really? What do I have in Telgalen for? I don't recall ever putting one of those in Telgalen. It's really odd. Hey, Cromwell. We are building a cake. I would not have guessed that I had a punctilious conflict in here. Sweet parlor. Oh, I know why. It's part of my cake. I can't steal things from part of my chocolate box. I'm not going to steal things from my chocolate box. I have to go either make one of those or buy one of those. Yeah. Oh, no, it's not. It's on a build that I gave up on. Cool. I can put all of this away. What's up? Are those bread bites? Those are bread bites. Oh, no, those are potatoes. Dirt. I just realized what I can put on top of my cake. Potatoes. Perfect. All right, so awesome. I have the item I need. Back to Grand Topol. For building or in general? There's a lot of other building ones that people like, but I really just use EHT and Deco Track. Oh, yes, there's one more. Magic Carpet. Cromwell's right. Magic Carpet. Magic Carpet, I'll show you what Magic Carpet does. For exemplar. Magic carpet will let you take an item and fly it around. So let's say I was building something up in the sky. I could work on it with, like, it's almost like scaffolding. So, like, for example, if you're working on a really tall building, this is crucial. So you can also use different items. It doesn't have to be that item. All right. I like that. That works for me. All right. Next, I'm going to put it on a table. Oh, the table's too small for it. Never mind. And the cake is too big for it. I mean, the egg is too big for it. So the egg won't work. That is too shiny. I don't know why I even picked that up. These I don't need here. Mow! Okay. No, this is too big. I need something smaller. I know what I can use. I even know where I put it. Imagine that. I'm going to have one of those Alinor bowls, you know, those limestone bowls. I'm going to put it upside down so it looks like it's domed, because we're going to want a domed cake. And then it probably needs flowers on it. I can see it in my head now. I've figured out the cake. Now I know what it looks like. Isn't that crazy? Oh, this is my Hall of the Lunar Champion. This is, I'll show it to you since we're here anyway. This is Dark Moons, Bright Moons. Now, shut up, Calgranted. Okay, Calgranted is off. Reason why is I want you to see the actual colors. So this is supposed to be my interpretation of dark moons. Like, oh no, dark moons, bad luck, right? You know? Yeah, because Calgranted's coming through the friggin' portal. That would be bad luck, I'd say. And then this side, I did bright moons. As you can see, there is a bright moon. Things are loading, hold on. There we go. So this is bright moons, this side. So that was my interpretation of dark moons, bright moons. All of my other effects are missing. So yeah, I made that with EHT also. So ideas. Thanks. It's not a winning build. It didn't do all that well. It didn't look like that when I entered it. It was actually a lot better when I entered it. That one of which I'm in right now. This bowl is the bowl I'm thinking of. All right. So I just stuck a whole bunch of stuff in here because I'm going to be building in building something up in the air with it, with all of the different things I bought. So different, the Lux Vendor doohickeys that I bought. So I'm going to be building like something later. But for now, I wonder why they put those here. I think all of my effects got put in the wrong house. Oh no. Okay. So this is it for here. One last house. I need to pick up some flowers. And I think I have a couple of them. I have a feeling that even though he's not speaking to me, my friend Griff is probably watching this. In which case, I'm telling him. First thing in the morning, I will be going to get my blood tests for my jaw and everything else. And I'm going to be leaving everyone a message saying that I'm going to be starting my streams later than I usually do. That way no one is let down. But you can rest assured that my blood tests are being done tomorrow. Captain Mick not talking to me. Sorry, Dr. Mick not talking to me. My best friend is a doctorate, but I'm a lawyer. I'm a Juris Doctor. So we kind of throw that in each other's face, and it's kind of amusing to me that we throw it in each other's face when we're both doctors. Kind of an odd thing. Oh, I went to the wrong house. I know you're shocked. All right. The right house is, I think, Stay Moist. Sorry, I'm running around to all of my storage houses. Eventually, I'll use all of these rooms. I mean, today I just used, once I do a build, it's permanent. I don't get rid of a build anymore. I've gotten rid of two of my past builds. But those are going to be the only two I'm ever going to get rid of. Everything else, sometimes I'll pick it up and put it in another house. But in general, these are the plants I was thinking of. 1, 2, 3. 3 should do it. So I use them for storage until then. So it's such time that becomes necessary, I'll do it. But for the moment, I just use them as storage. Okay. Now we can finish the cake. I'm stupid rich, mainly because for years now I work from home. And so I'll have my work open in one window, and then I'll have this game open in another window, and I'll flip back and forth. So I can watch the market all day long. I flip a lot of items. Some of it is just stuff I get from Ritz. Some of it is just stuff I farm. But mainly I get it from flipping. I'll visit shops between things that I'm working on, but I basically never have to earn any more gold at all if I don't want to, ever. But I'm okay with that. I like making gold. It's fun. I don't really spend it on anything except building house stuff, so I'm not really sure. I'm in pain. Yeah, but that's how I do it. It's an interesting shape too if things don't go right. But I'm up to 150 million plus, so I don't worry about it anymore. Okay. Boom. Boom. Nope. You're a little too big. There needs to be something else in between you. Aha! Happily, there is something between. And now we put the flowers to block the weird looking angle. I should have grabbed more flowers. I need at least one more flower. But for the time being, this isn't too bad. Oh no, the whole thing needs to go over a little bit. So this is to celebrate DDA's 3rd birthday. So when we get up to the point where I'm going to be decorating it, so it sounds to me like you might even be used to a more difficult type of flipping than this. This isn't that hard. It's all just trial and error a little bit though, because you know, for example, let's say you just got into flipping now and you didn't know that the Jesters Festival, not the Jesters, the Anniversary Festival is coming up and that the anniversary drops 80 bajillion motifs. If you didn't know that, it's entirely possible that you could lose your shirt because you would invest in it and then it wouldn't be worth anything anymore. So in general, it's good to watch either J. Hart Ellis, who talks a lot about it, or just ask a lot of questions. But read the news, read the PTS, player test server notes, so you know what's coming. Sometimes it'll give you a tip like you'll find out that a certain ingredient will go up in value because everything in the next expansion will be made with it. So that's one way it can help you. But in general, it's basically more information the better it is. Or alternatively, you can do what I do too, which is I'm a low risk kind of gal. So I buy things that I know I can resell. But if I can't, I'm perfectly okay eating them. You know, like it's, don't ever, my rule of thumb is don't ever buy anything you wouldn't use yourself. For a couple of reasons. That's a good plan, but that's one of my plans. These flowers are pissing me off. These flowers are pissing me off. Why aren't you going where I want you, you stupid flowers? Meh. Fine. Next. All right. So I don't know if you know my mascot is a potato. So for me, the potato is kind of a meaningful little what's the word? It's like a signature. Um, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab a candle for the top. And there we go. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna select by radius, which is done with EHT. And then we're gonna deselect the Vardenfell model because I don't really care about that. But what we're gonna do is go into copy paste. We're gonna clear what I had on the clipboard, cut and copy selection. So it's going to take 23 of these items, all of these items. It's going to pull them back into my inventory, but they've saved them exactly in the spaces that they were in. So it looks exactly like it should. All right. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my Grand Sigic where we're going to put this cake. I like building in a different spot. It lets me spread out, lets me try different things. So you'll usually see me doing rough drafts in different spots. All right. So I think I'm gonna put the cake in the center of the thing, the whatchamacallit. I hope I have enough slots for this. If not, I can take some presents away. I thought I was gonna put it over there, but I think I'll put it in the pagoda. I think it goes better in the pagoda. So what we'll do is we'll move the fountain back. The fountain has lotus flowers over it, so I'll move those forward to be with it. That's an effect. Done. Next, we're going to paste the cake. Now, don't be surprised if you won't see it. Copy, paste, paste from inventory. Yes, confirm. You're not going to see it because what it does is it pastes it in the exact same coordinates as I had it in the other house. So it's off in no man's land right now. After it's pasted, I bring it to me. So now everything is selected, it's all pasted, and what we do is change these items, bring to me. And I'm in the cake, because of course I am. Typical. Get me out of my cake. There we go. Now we're gonna twist it so that it looks better. That happens all the time, isn't that funny? I want a certain side facing. Is that the right direction? Oh, there's gonna have to be tweaking done. Not a fan of this off-center looky stuff. Okay, that'll do. And I believe that's our cake.
Oh. Lloyd's terrorizing peeps. I see.
Lloyd, of course, is terrorizing peeps. What else would he do?
I didn't know why he came in here.
He came in here to kill peeps.
I see that now.
In case you don't know Lloyd, this is my T-Rex Lloyd. And he is killing a marshmallow peep. Because he does that. So it's done. Doesn't need to be no effects used in it at all. So it can be just perfectly the way it is. It's done the way it is. Or I could just write DDA in an effect right in the front of it. Make it look like frosting or almost something like that. So we go to text. We select. I wonder if that would actually look good. I hate the options. The options aren't terribly impressive, but what are you going to do? So we use the texts. I will select text. I will write DDA. I'll select a crazy blue. Size down. Not that down. I feel like it needs more light, but yeah, I'm happy with it. I think I'll figure out another light later. But it's cute. I'm happy with it. It'll do. Oh, the other thing is I wanted to put something in here so that it's not empty. So there's a bonsai. We'll just pretend that's a bonsai. Okay. I'm happy with this. Except for the fact that the DDA is kind of off center. There. I love the potatoes on top. They make me so happy. They're so stupid. That's why I love them. Stupid potatoes on top. All right. We'll look at one more house and then we'll call it. Oh, shit, no. I need to look at a couple more houses. I promised that I would look at the farm that was, the permissions were off for Housing's Finest. So we're going to go look at that. Come on. Come on. I'm going to have to get out and push soon. Okay. So Housing's Finest Builders. This is the last house that I had to look at. Amhalifax, Enchanted Snow Globe. So these were farms. So we're heading over and looking at the last of the farms. always impressed with people who put farms in the snow globe because of the obvious problem of snow. But it's doable. Okay. Load, load, load. No effects. 519 items. I'm blind as a bat. We've got... Maybe it's a Christmas tree. It could honestly be a Christmas tree farm. Oh no, it's moon sugar. Wow, that's like totally working against the theme of the house. That took some real hard work to get it to look like this, because this house obviously does not lend itself to a farm, but it's almost like they've made it an enchanted moon sugar area, you know? It's not shying entirely away from the snow. It's in fact including it in the build. But it with the moon blessed, it almost, and these flowers that make it look almost magical, like a magical moon sugar garden or something. Kind of crazy. What? Use your words. I wonder what's on the inside. This is interesting. I guess I didn't give this part a good look. Just farm animals, okay. Hello, Zabi. Okay, so they went all romantic-y with this house. That's from the set, the Moon Khajiit set. Those look really nice. But also just the Mara's Kiss set is really nice too. And this is a kind of, ooh, moon sugar. I think it's a meth lab, guys. I think it's a skooma lab. If I had to take a guess, I'd say we're at a moon sugar farm and skooma den, where they're cooking the skooma. If I had to guess, this is kind of on the wild side. Isn't it though? But I think it is. I mean, maybe, I was going to say maybe they don't do their own drugs, but I suspect that they do, because they have a skooma bubbler right there. So maybe they're just able to handle it. Oh wow, look at these sinks. Those are awesome. Really like that cobble. Too cute. What is this? Oh, a shower. Interesting shower. So let's go outside and see if we are meant to go up in the tower. Yeah, I'd say. But they have a frost atronach on their side, so I don't think anybody's going to mess with them. Just saying. Frost atronach on your side. Whoa. Yeah, we're not getting up to the top of the tower, I don't think. I think we're locked out. All right, let's go back to Budang's house, because I have a feeling she updated some of the different rooms. Smart. All right. So here's the guild hall. Well, the little dragon will bite your face. He may be little, but he's a fighter. All right. I may have seen some of these. I'm not sure. Hold on. I have seen Albus Moody's Quantum and Aurelia. Nyght.raven's Alinor. I have not visited. So we'll close on nyght.raven's Alinor. And away we go. I don't like Bingkins. They're creepy looking. All right, here we are. Nyght.raven, 598 out of 600 items, no effects. We've got, I don't recognize the symbol. I forget what symbol that is. I probably should know that, but I don't. Okay, so we've got a front office, dining room, kitchen. Whoops, sorry, I got stuck on the chairs there. All the nice little storage. Really stocked kitchen. Nice bedroom. Multi-bedroom. I wonder who lives here. Multiple people. A library with office. Are those the scrolls? Yeah, you can buy scrolls from the Crown store, of course. More bedrooms, more offices. Yeah, I ain't polishing your head. But I will become a monkey. Monkey! Interesting. They hung the paintings flat, so it looks like, you know, they're on proper hanging wires or something. That looks neat. Someone's painting up here. Maybe they're all students. There's so many different paintings. I'm guessing that this might be a painting school or an artist school. Interesting. Would not have guessed. And more library. And if you'll note, they subtly hid a light, a Sigic light up there, just for the nice blue color, I'm sure. And here is the exterior. Okay, they didn't like the view, I guess. They closed it off. Nice garden, fountain. Yeah, they entirely closed off the view. That's a good place to keep all your action figures. Fountain with an added waterfall. Well done. Okay, so on that note, I'm going to call it. I have some shopping to do. So I will catch you all later. Have